Hello, warriors of the quarantine. Hello, welcome back. Welcome to my quarantine voice lesson number 2. You're coming on. I love it. Jess, you're here. How lovely. I'm so happy to see you guys. Claire, oh my goodness, such a thrill. Hey, Laura, you're here. Wonderful. Hello, hello. Greetings. Okay, so what I'd love, I'm going to sit and do it like this. Okay, good. I'm on my computer again, so we've got the wide shot. And let me know where you guys are calling in from. Are you around the world? Are you next door? Here I am in New York City. Welcome to my quarantine apartment. And Leah and Shin are here. Wonderful. Also, as you're signing on, if you have any question, you can throw it at me. As many of you know, we're going to be singing Moon River today, and I'm really, really excited about it. Yes, you're all coming along. Hello, Berndale from Philippines. So happy you're here, honey. Wonderful. Lithuania is in the house. Woohoo! So excited. Oh, you guys, Brazil is here. Hi, honey. Hi, Julia. Hi, Philip. And okay. Yes, it's kind of almost spring, isn't it? Raven is in Wyoming. Wonderful. Felicia, there you are. I'm just really thrilled. Okay. Now, the other thing many of you might know, well, today is May 20th, 2020, and it's our beloved Sierra Boggess's birthday today. And a lot of you know that when she was 17, we met at a summer musical theater workshop run by the amazing Douglas Webster called The American Singer. And I was her voice teacher when she was 17, and we continued, so great friends. And so today, what I thought is we would start with Sierra's light lessons. Now, as many of you know, she has this, we have our You Are Enough, You Are So Enough, It's Unbelievable How Enough You Are. My mentor teacher, Susan Batson, bestowed that on me, and Sierra heard me saying it during a class, and she said, okay, that I got to remember. And so that's been her platform, but she's now created these inspirational tags called light lessons. So what I thought we'd do is before we start singing here is I'll sign on and let's pick a light lesson, okay? Now, honest to God, I have not pre-picked anything. So this is going to be our Moon River Day, and I'm going to explain what we're going to be doing later. But let's see what Sierra's light lessons have to say. Okay, I thought that might come up today. I think the reason that came up today is we're going to be really focusing in on the emotional side today of our song. And we're, of course, going to be doing voice technique as well. But what I'm so excited about that is that this may be very new for you. You might have never done this before, done some of the techniques that we're going to do. So just stay in curiosity today, instead of ooh, I don't like that. Or, I mean, hopefully you'll love it, but, kind of oh, that's new. So let's stay curious and just come along for the ride. And oh, gosh, Miguel, you said you made your own light lessons. That's fantastic. She's got a special today on, I guess, Fit for Broadway. So you can always order them. But the cool thing, and I want to tell you guys about this too, about Sierra, she's doing a series called Light Lessons with Sierra, and it's starting on her YouTube page on Sunday. So be sure to tune into that every Sunday. I'm not sure what time she's chosen yet, but I know she's chosen Sunday. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to close the door. Hold on. It's a lovely day in New York. Okay, there we go. All right, so today we're gonna, as usual, work on voice technique. But we're really going to consider the song Moon River. And as many of you know, when I talk about your voices, there's so many different voices coming on today, whether you're a man, you're a woman, you're younger, you're older. And I always say everybody has their own vocal home base. Like like when you roll out of bed, what style are you singing in? Are you a legit soprano? Are you a baritone or a tenor who loves to sing Broadway? Are you a pop rock singer? Are you somebody that's like, I don't even know what I am, I just like to sing? That's totally fine too. So whatever your voice is, today we're going to focus on that. Last week we focused on All I Ask of You for Phantom of the Opera. So we really worked very closely on legit singing with vibrato. Now, I got a very interesting message today that I wanted to share with you, a question from a new student in Singapore. And he said, you know, the teachers here say that if you have vibrato in your voice, it's actually not good for you. And that shocked me because I feel like, well, opera singers all have vibrato. That's the style of classical singing. But I thought I'd talk about vibrato just for a moment because they're two different ideas about vibrato. One is that the voice is actually more natural when you have vibrato in it. They say that every voice has vibrato naturally. And so that's what you want to have in your voice is vibrato. So that's one camp. There's another camp that says actually the natural voice is straight tone. Now, usually these people in this camp are early music singers. They do Baroque music, where in those days it was a very straight tone. So they say that the natural voice is actually straight tone. And when you add vibrato, that's a decoration. That's a styling. Now, what's so interesting, this is me, I believe that both are possible. I think some people are, and probably in my view and in my experience, more people have a natural vibrato. Sometimes you have to find it. Like I didn't find my vibrato until I was in high school choir. You know, like high school choirs, like I want vibrato, and I was kind of pushing my voice to kind of release it. It wasn't probably the right way to try, but it did. It released my vibrato, and then it was natural. So I think most people, a higher percentage of people, have that. But I would bet, and I've heard, in fact, some voices that their natural tone is straight. I had a wonderful colleague, a friend from Stanford University, and she came to Broadway and did an early music for Merchant in Venice. In fact, it was starring Dustin Hoffman at the time, and they hired early music singers. And those early music singers, their natural voice is straight tone. So I feel like I've known both kinds of people. And this gal, she had, that was really her voice. It was gorgeous. But I believe that all of us can do everything. Each voice is different in regards to vibrato, but we want to have the most released and beautiful tone. And I think both, whether vibrato is your natural tone, you can sing straight tone and not hurt your voice. If your natural voice is straight tone, you can sing with vibrato and not hurt your voice. What I didn't like about the comment that I heard this morning was that the teachers were saying, if you sing with vibrato, you are hurting your voice and you won't have the right support. So let's not worry about that. We'll put that aside. And as you know, we do breath and support. And if you have the right support, I think you can sing anything. The right breath, support, and resonance. Those are the three big, those elements of technique are so important. And some of you have been sending me videos and I see how you're connecting that. I've given you a couple tweaks and then you fix it. Oh my God, it's been so exciting to work with you guys. So how do you find your vibrato? It's a good question. We can do little exercises and I'll show you that later. But right now, I don't want you to worry about that. I want you to sing today in your home base, wherever you are right now. Okay, and that's why I picked Moon River, because it's a song that you can just sing it from wherever you are. We don't have to go through all that today. I will do that in other classes, I promise. But today, that's not going to be our focus. So Greg says he sings folk and early music and has to consciously add vibrato. Yeah, That makes sense, Greg, you know? So I want to make sure, though, that you have the right breath and support. And then we're going to just let our voice be whatever your home base is, your natural voice. I welcome that. I'm not going to try to say that you can't have that, because I think everybody's different. Some of you are like gospel singers, and like, that's not my home base. But boy, do I love to try singing gospel music. And if you have breath and support, you're all set. Okay. You have to consciously remove vibrato. Me too, Cynthia. When we're singing pop, the styling for pop is removing it. You are exactly right. And if we have the right breath and support, we're okay. We're okay. All right. So what do you think? Let's have a little sip of water. Do you guys have your water nearby? Yes. My kings and queens and princes and princesses and warriors and warrior queens of the quarantine. Let's have a sip. If you're 12 and under, hello, boys and girls. Teenagers, hello, young ladies and young men. We're all here together. I love it. So Paula says you have difficulty with the vibrato on the higher notes. Yeah. Well, we'll work on that another day for sure. Today, I don't want you to worry at all. We're just going to be curious. As the light lesson told us today, we're just going to be curious about it all and just go with who you are. Isn't that cool that you have your own personal home base? You really have trouble when singing. This is interesting, Conchita, with your menstrual period. Somebody just asked me this the other day. So this is the deal, just for the ladies. Okay, ladies? All right. When we have our period, what happens? Because of the hormones, the vocal cords get thicker. So we're going to talk about this later for the higher notes. But for the higher notes, we need the cords to be longer and skinnier. And that's why it suddenly feels so weird. It's like, what's going on? My voice just changed. Don't worry, your vocal cords are just a little bit thicker, and that means your lower notes are going to be easier and more pure and gorgeous. Well, today we're doing Moon River, and for most of us, it's going to be really a lower key. We're not going to be dealing with high notes today, but we are going to be dealing with the acting. Okay, so let's get started. Emily Autumn is here. Hi, cara mia. So thrilled you're here, honey. This is great. Harmony, hi. Perfect. Yes, you can send me a video, you guys, after we work today. And I think the best way to do that is to make a little, if you don't want to publish any video, you can do an unlisted YouTube video and then just send it to my Instagram page. Yeah, just do a private message on Instagram and with a link, and I'll be able to give you comments and stuff like that. Okay, so here, I'm giving you secret information. Here is the revolutionary send. So as you can see, there's breath, support, and resonance. Those are the three things we're gonna check in with, and then we're gonna go over to the emotional side, which I'm going to get really clear with you today. Also, we're doing, yes, technique right now, just the heads up. Last week, quarantine lesson number 1, we spent so much time breaking down the breath and the support and the resonance. So today, we're not going to do it that long because I want to get to the acting side. Okay, so if I'm going to go a little bit quicker, it's going to be a little zippity-doo-dah. So as I go quicker, if you're like, oh God, I have a couple more questions for Mary, go over to quarantine lesson number 1. It's a long lesson, I know, but the first 2 hours, if you just have it on when you're doing the dishes, just, you know, or whatever, cleaning, or you want to really take the lesson and study and take notes, either way, whatever you want, that will have more information so that you can really, really study it. Okay? Perfect. So Jess has a quick question about she lost weight, and people are saying your voice, oh, if you lost weight, as you have lost weight, people are saying your voice will sound different. Is that true? No. But let me tell you about that because there's something in the support that we'll talk about. Okay, let's go back to breath. Show me, where are your lungs? We got to breathe in our lungs. So where are your lungs? Good. Here are our lungs, right? We have the high, we have two like balloons in our chest and they have to blow up. Now, many of you, many of our society even, you could probably see it in your friends and your parents, walk around breathing up here. Now, we're going to hone the breath that we use when we sleep at night. When we sleep at night, we breathe at the bottom of the lungs, not up here. So this panic breath is what I call it. A lot of people breathe up here because if we breathe into the bottom of the lungs, it'll connect you to your emotions. Today, we're working on acting. So we got to have those emotions very available. How cool is that? All of your emotions. We want the painful emotions today. We want the happy emotions. We want the dreams. So we got Kleenex. You just got to keep, as my master teacher said, Susan Batson, don't clean up. Today, we're going to let the emotions come out, because if they're in, they're going to fester. When they come out, it's actually a side effect. We're not only going to make great art today, but it's also, I think, very healing, you know? So let's do this together. Okay. So that's why we don't want this high breath. It actually cuts us off. I talked to some of you that have had panic attacks. You're going to cry. This is good. You're going to have panic attacks. And some of you have told me that, there's a lot of fear. So let's see what happens when you breathe at the bottom of the lungs. Okay, this is going to be quick. Where's the famous diaphragm? The diaphragm is right underneath the lungs. It's an involuntary muscle, and it goes all the way around. In the middle, there's nothing in the middle, so blood can go through our body, but it's called an involuntary muscle. Why is it there? It's there because we have these lungs, two balloons in our chest, and they have to blow up, and they can't do it by themselves. So without us knowing it, because it's involuntary, something magical happens in the body. Paula, you're going to cry today. This is great. It might even start with just taking a breath, and we're going to let it come, because if you've been holding your breath in quarantine, like, oh my God, I feel so awful. I'll just hold my breath so I don't feel it. You might feel a lot of stuff now. That's good. Bad, crazy, weird feelings are so good. Okay. They're part of your talent. They're part of you. They're human. We don't want to cut it off. We want to go through it, not around it. And here we go. Okay. So there are these balloons that have to blow up. There's something that nobody ever talks about in anatomy when we're learning voice, I've discovered. There's what's called on either side of our neck, it's called a phrenic nerve. The phrenic nerve says, Mary has to take a breath. The phrenic nerve sends a signal to the diaphragm, this involuntary muscle. The diaphragm says, got it, and it contracts. It contracts, it drops down. As it drops down, it creates a negative pressure in the chest. So what happens is that's a vacuum. So the lungs suddenly fill up with air. How cool is that? So what do? All we do is we think about starting air here, the diaphragm drops down, and then you're going to release the tummy, because the diaphragm is pushing aside the organs, so the tummy has to come out. Many of you sent me videos, not just one, you know who you are, and I wrote back and said, you know what, your tummy is too tight. You have to surrender your tummy. Why would we hold our tummy tight? Well, if you're a dancer, you're taught to hold your tummy in. If you're doing exercise, you're taught to, have your core. That's good for exercise. It's not bad. But we're now changing the channel. We're now going to say, okay, we're in singer, actor, human being channel, rather than dancer, workout, trying to look skinny and hold my tummy in. We're going to release it. And I promise it's going to go in. So you're not going to look fat. Okay. So we're going to release. That's the inhale. How you doing? Yes, Jess. Jess is talking about Christopher Reeve. Okay. Let me just tell this story quickly, because some of you who are new might not know about this. So Christopher Reeve, who was Superman, remember him? He was so handsome, and he was in a horrible horseback riding accident, and he broke his neck in the accident, and he couldn't breathe. They had to put him on a machine. So in his body that he couldn't breathe. Why couldn't he breathe? They had to put him on a machine. Right. The phrenic nerve signal was damaged. He couldn't get a signal to move the diaphragm. So it is so incredible. So inhale, here we go. That's it. So you want to compartmentalize. If you're somebody who goes up here all the time, you want to just compartmentalize. If you're somebody that holds your tummy in really tight, you know, Bella Thorne, who I work with, she always tells me, Mary, I always hold my tummy really tight. It's because I've done so much modeling and I'm a dancer. I said, yep. So now you have to actually maybe push a little bit. We've got to retrain those muscles to not hold. We have to tell them, no, release. So in releasing, you might just have to push a little bit. So release that. There we are. Going back to Christopher Reeve, I see some comments. He broke his neck. Yeah, in breaking his neck, that's when the signal of the phrenic nerve was damaged. So those people that say, breathe with your diaphragm, think about your diaphragm and move it, it's actually not possible because it's involuntary. The thing that moves it, which Christopher Reeve taught us, dear Christopher Reeve, thank you for that, you know, that story. I mean, it's just so horrible that we lost him at such a young age. And he did so much even with his disability after that. But to have this story really clear, if a teacher says or somebody says, move your diaphragm, it's like, we can't do that. And when you sleep at night, are you thinking about moving your diaphragm? No, we're just doing automatically what the body does, which is start at the bottom of the lungs and it goes down. Perfect. Got it? Yes. So that's breath. Now, if you're taking notes, breath, support, resonance. Those are the three things we're really, really focusing on quickly. It feels amazing to just let the tummy go and put the priorities where they belong in the music. Thank you, Emily Autumn. It's really now your body. So as Sierra's light lesson said, we're going to be curious and we're going to trust our body. We're just going to trust it. Another great thing to do is lie on the floor. We're going to do that in another lesson. I'm not going to run to the floor right now, but that is great. So that's the inhale. Now the exhale. We are going to do that really quickly. A quick review. Again, go to quarantine lesson number 1 if you want more breakdown, okay? And longer time in it. Here we go. I know I've said this a lot of times. Oh, I got a compliment that I'm pretty. Thank you. That's so sweet of you. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to take the inhale. Now, what's so amazing is, you know, some teachers say, push out the ribs, go into your back. The fact is, you can even see it with my shirt. It goes out, and I'm not even thinking about it because it's just the way the body works. So let's only hone, as Emily said so perfectly, let's just think about what we need to think about. I would say, think about the air starting here and going down. My teachers used to say, Mary, breathe down here. So I was always trying to get air into my tummy. I thought the lungs lived down here. Isn't that funny? So they were trying to get me to release my tummy. Okay, like I just told you, release your tummy. But what I misunderstood is there's no air here. When I understood, finally, oh, start where there's actually lungs, and then the diaphragm contracts and drops down, creates the vacuum, air rushes in. So think here and down. Just putting our thought there is perfect. Okay, wonderful. Isha says that he tried to sing while lying down this morning and noticed how natural the breathing was. Exactly. So the floor is great for this because it's like gravity is our friend. So you surrender on the floor and just be aware of your tummy rising and falling as if you were sleeping, and there you go. And if you have a significant other, or if you have a little brother or sister who's taking a nap, go watch their breath. Go check it out. Or if you catch your dad, you know, snoozing on the couch, go check out their breathing. It's so funny. Just be careful if they wake up and see you staring at them, they might freak out. So, okay, here we go. Yes, now support. Now let's think about supports for a minute. So I always say this, I'm in a building. I'm on a high rise here in New York City, and my apartment's on the 16th floor. So where is the support of this building? The support in the foundation, right? So let's think about ourselves being the building for a moment. It's just to say, here are the lungs. We know they need to work, and we've got the diaphragm. The diaphragm's involuntary. Why wouldn't we try to hold the diaphragm? Oh, because it's involuntary and the phrenic nerve is doing the stuff we don't have to worry about. So we're going to go under that, like the building. And I call it, ladies and gentlemen, belly button, super belly button. So my belly button is like here. So like kind of like this area here. We have muscles, we have abs here. Notice I'm not saying up here. Why would I say don't clench up here and make the foundation up here? Why? Because that's around the diaphragm. The diaphragm has to be free. So we're going to go under it. Super belly button. That's right. So as we inhale, the diaphragm goes down. As we exhale, the diaphragm is relaxing and the belly button moves in. So this is the same action our body uses when we sneeze. Achoo! The belly button moves in. When we cough, when we laugh, let's laugh together. I was just laughing before. You see that? My belly button's moving in. Why does it do that? It creates a pressure so that the vocal cords don't hit each other and rub together and get damaged. That's why. So we are now going to do an S. Bring that belly button in, the same easy breath. Now, as we exhale, the diaphragm's relaxing, going up. So we're going to follow it, which I call a swing. So it's kind of this swing energy. Achoo! That's right, Shin. And then I laugh. It moves in. Hilarious. Isn't that hilarious? I love it. S. Now, Jess, you had a question about losing weight. And your friends or somebody said, if you lose weight, your voice is going to be worse. Well, first of all, I think we're singing athletes, so great health is obviously really good. And it's been said that when we have, extra weight, that's hard on our heart. It's not good for diabetes, that kind of stuff. So losing weight is always a good thing in regards to good health, but you want a great diet. I mean, food is our energy. And I've dealt with weight for all my life. And I found the right diet that works for me. Everybody's a little bit different. What kind of foods give them more energy and stuff like that. But your friends have it wrong, because there's actually something good about being a little heavy in regards to the support. And, we always, the stereotype is that opera singers are very overweight. Nowadays, because they're acting and it's not the case, and they're singing beautifully. Look at Maria Callas. She was heavy at one point, then she lost a lot of weight. She had a gorgeous voice her whole career. Now, what they say, or what my teacher taught me in grad school at the New England Conservatory, Mark Pearson told me that for a heavier person, you have more fat here, right? So if we're doing the S, when you're supporting, moving that in, if you have extra fat, the muscles can't ever contract and hold. It's not possible to hold, because there is a danger that you're going to do and hold it. If you're heavier with the fat and the muscle intertwining in that, it's impossible to hold it. I remember I had a student, he said his teacher was really, really heavy, and his teacher kept saying, move that in like you're getting hit in the stomach. And his teacher was so heavy that he could say that, because hitting him in the stomach, there was no way he could hold with the muscles, because the muscles were interlaced with fat. But those of us, or those of you, I have enough, fat. I think that I don't think I'd have a problem with holding. But there is, like Emily Autumn, you're so slender that you have to be careful that this action is very buoyant. And I always say it's also like two balls spinning around each other. The energy of this moving in is like two balls spinning around each other. Isn't it interesting? Yes. So let's do an S. Now do the lip trill. This is like if you want to push up here. If that doesn't work, try a tongue trill. This is just to show you that we're sending. I call my technique the revolutionary send. And often teachers say, hold that note. I've said it before. Now you go to the end and it's a long note, hold it. We're not holding it, we are sending it. There's some kind of sustain, but it's send. So think about these, the energy like two balls spinning around each other. Yes, when you were the heaviest, you struggled. Right, Jess? Well, you know what? It's a process. All of us have different things we're working on. And the body, I believe, is really an instrument. It's our instrument. And it's always talking to us. It's telling us what we need. So if you have a pain or if you have something that's not working, listen to your body and love your body and say, okay, what are you telling me? What do I need to understand? So good for you. You are in the process. And it's a process that never ends. It just never ends because our bodies are always changing. And the other question about the lady's menstrual cycle, you know, every month we have different things going on. I was playing the narrator in Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. It was right after I was on tour with Les Mis for 2 years. And Kim Morgan Green was my director. It's probably the best summer I've ever had in my life. It was the most incredible cast. I just had a ball. And I remember one performance, I was, you know, belting high E's and F's, and I thought I was the best belter in the world, and it was really, really fun. But I remember one night I was belting my high E's and like, you know, this is easy for me. I got my support. I know what I'm doing. All of a sudden it was like, oh my God, what's happening? What's happening? And I can't sing the note. And I was so freaked out. I got through it, but it was so crazy. Well, the next day, my menstrual began. My period began. And it was like, oh, right. When you're on, right, for me, right before it arrives, my vocal cords get thick. And so singing those high notes didn't work. So here we are talking about the body, but it's important. And it's great that we're talking about it. So there we go. Okay, good. So we got the breath and the support, and now we're going to hook it up with our resonance, with our instrument. First, we're going to do kind of a fun thing. So can you guys see me? Let's see if I can get this. Yes. So find a chair, get up off your couch, go get a chair. I've got a little stool here. Okay, arms up, S. Belly button in, on an S, in, good. Don't be writing now, you gotta be on your chair. Here we go. Put your hips up, do an S like this, scoop it in, scoop it in. Lift your leg, scoop in your belly button. Beautiful. Release. Again, S. Great. Now, you're gonna lean forward, put your leg up, do an S like this. Can you see? Scoop it in. Put your head all the way down. S. Now, the truth is, if we have our belly button, we can sing anything. Yep. I don't care what it is. We can sing anything. If I'm upside down, because I have my belly button. It's moving in. So now we're going to connect our belly button with. How you doing? Does that all make sense so far? Yeah? Good? Okay. I'll see your questions as I'm getting my next little thing here. Okay. Weird positions are getting easier and easier. Good, Laura. That's great. Yeah, it's just, you just have to know you have this. If you have this moving in, that's now going to connect to your voice. Okay. So what am I saying voice? Today I told you at the beginning, We are all using our home base. Whatever voice that is for you, rolling out of bed, how you sing, your style, who you are, that's what you're using today. If you're a super legit soprano or a legit tenor baritone, that's what you're using today. If you're an opera singer, that's what you're using today. If you're a Broadway singer and you love singing kind of Broadway style, like Liza Minnelli, you know, that's what you're doing today. If you're a pop rock singer and you love singing rock, that's what you're doing today. But notice I'm having you all breathe and support the same. There's Becky. Becky is pregnant. She's 7 months pregnant. My dear student, Becky Stout. Honey, it must be so weird because when you have the baby sharing your space, look at that. It's pushing. This is good to talk about. It's pushing up. So your diaphragm isn't free to drop down. You know how we hear about, you know, pregnant ladies are like, oh God, I can't breathe. Oh my God. So, and then they try to breathe up here. What I would suggest is keep breathing at the bottom of the lungs. The diaphragm will go as far as it can, and just take extra breaths. That's, I don't know. What do you think about that, Becky? Does that work? I mean, you know better than I, so. But that's what I would suggest, because rather than go, okay, now I got to breathe up here, that's going to, you know, this high breath, it can really cause some havoc. You can get, you know, you can get a cold or get the flu or get, you know, it's something. And also with this whole COVID-19 thing going around, and it's a respiratory deal, you really want to be taking these deeper breaths to keep your lungs really active so that even if a virus gets in, they're not going to tamper with your lungs. I mean, that I'm not a doctor, so, you know, but the fact is that breathing and letting your body work as you were born, like let your body do what it naturally does. It's very healing. It really is. Let's see. Did you? You can tell me, Becky. I'll wait for your message. Okay. Oh, you did it. It still goes out though. Belly button working. Yay! I'm so proud of you. 7 months pregnant, and you can still do the belly button moving in. I love it. So now we are that lucky little girl that you're going to have. Oh my God. What a lucky little girl to have a mommy like you, Becky, and a gorgeous husband. I just think it's amazing. Okay. Whenever you try to hit a high note, like we did All I Ask of You, it was difficult because I would squeak. Okay, Sniper Guard. Well, let's see if we can kind of unwind that. What that sounds like is you were trying to use a little bit of energy around your neck to make the note rather than trusting the support. So let's connect our support with our voice. I'm going to call your voice. This is called the front passage. These are resonators, okay? Now, people also often say, oh, you've got sinuses. You know, if the sinuses fill up for a cold, it does not change the sound of your voice. The sinuses aren't really included in all of this. What is included is your bones, your cartilage, air pockets. And what happens is it's like this bottle. Here's your bone, cartilage, air pockets. They vibrate. And that sends out the beautiful tone of your voice. Now, Cynthia, you're talking about raise your soft palate. Let's not worry about that command. We're going to do other things that do that. I think the soft palate does raise, but this is the deal. There's a quantum theory, and this includes soft palate, raising your soft palate. There's a quantum theory that says if you focus on a molecule, if you observe a molecule, it changes the molecule. So if we put our attention on the vocal cords in the throat and we try to make them do something, like we try to make them sing, the vocal cords change, they freak out. That also, if we're trying to lift our soft palate and think about that, the soft palate and the natural way the soft palate works changes. It's not going to be in its natural state. So we're going to put our attention somewhere else. So where we're going to put our attention is this beautiful front passage resonators, your bones. This is like the speakers of your voice. We're going to focus on sensation of vibration, not raising the soft palate. Okay, so be curious and stay with me. So we've got the S. Can you see me? So we've got the S. Now we're going to go for sensation of vibration around your mouth. Mmm. Mmm. And chew a little bit. Mmm. Now what are you saying? It even happens when I've slept well. Ah, okay, Jess, good. Mmm. Now I'm having you chew because the jaw can be a culprit of holding tension because our ears are back here. So if I'm trying to listen to my tone in my head, it's not good because it's going back. So don't listen for tone. We're instead going to go for vibration and get all of those gorgeous overtones ringing in your beautiful voice like this singing bowl. Woo! Okay? So we want to go for as much vibration as we can muster. Mmm. Belly button moves in. Mmm. S. Mmm. Ooh, do you feel vibration? It kind of tickles, right? Oh, good. Elena. Good, honey. Ciao, darling. I was just going to say tickle, and I look, and there's your response. My lips are tickling. That's good. My nose is tickling too. Great, Cynthia. Understood, honey. Thank you for your thank you. That really helps me to know you understood. That's great. Interesting, right? See, we're proving everything. We're proving it with physics. Because if we can line up our body with physics, you guys, oh my God, it makes singing 8 shows a week easy. Your voices are going to be effortless and beautiful for your whole life. Like I still sing in concert. It's just amazing. It really gives you a healthy voice. So I love that. Good. So now we have to sing on vowels. No matter what style you're singing in Moon River, whether you hear Barbra Streisand do it, you hear Andrea Bocelli do it, you hear anybody, I don't know, Lady Gaga, it's been Amy Winehouse, anybody doing it, you still have to sing through vowels. It doesn't matter which style you're singing in. Let's see. I don't know why. I yawn when I sing slow, long songs, big yawns with tears running down your cheeks, and people think I'm emotional about the song. I would suggest that you don't yawn. And the reason being is we don't want to open the throat. Oh, we want your throat to be natural. So if you're yawning, it probably means that something's going on in your mechanism that you need more air. So just lie on the floor like we did with Emily Autumn. I tell that story about she was finding this breath for the first time, and we just hung out. She just hung out on the floor. Do that for a while, Jolie. Okay, honey? Like, just hang out and do this breath and yawn in all you want. Then when you're ready to sing, we're just going to think of this front passage not opening up in a yawn. If I was singing and yawning, it's not good. It's going to hurt your throat because that means your throat is opening wider than its natural state. Now, if you have a lot of tension, I would say open the throat to natural, but I still wouldn't say yawn. It's just something that you should do before and after, not during. That's my adjustment there. I hope that makes sense, honey. Cool. So we're just going to be curious today. Yeah. And just keep going with, it's like, well, God, I used to do that. Okay, I'll be curious and see what Mary does. And then you get to decide. You know what I mean? It's like if you say, that's it. Yay, Megan Grant. Awesome. I'm so happy the breath is making sense, honey. This is amazing. Anyway, just getting back to you decide. It's like, be curious, check this out. If it resonates with you, you take it. Okay, good. All right, so now we are going to start thinking about the song we're singing before we even do a vocal exercise. How about that? Let's get a drink of water. Get your water. We got to stay hydrated. As Marion Murphy, she played Cosette in the tour that I did of Les Miserables many, many years ago, the early 90s. And she was our Cosette, great singer, great actress. And she said, my teacher says, if you're thirsty, it's too late. You got to keep drinking water before you get thirsty. I think that's so, it's a helpful thing. And I'm a little thirsty right now, so I better drink. Hi, JT. I know I call everybody honey. I don't know. I'm of that age. I can do it, I guess. Okay. Emma, you're here. Good, sweetie. Okay. So what we're going to do immediately is we're going to think about Moon River. And what I want you to think about, we won't talk about Moon River yet, but I want you to think about, we're going to personalize Moon River. Moon River is your dream. Whatever the dream you have right now that feels impossible to get, you would give your right arm for this dream. This is a dream that you want in your life, and maybe it's because of the quarantine, it's not possible. Maybe it's because it's something you don't feel like you deserve it. Maybe it's because somebody told you you don't get it. Screw those people. We are going to go to your dream. Now, that could be, you know, oh my gosh, I have a crush on this guy or this gal and I want them to be in my life. Or I don't have anybody and I want to have a family. It could be that. It could be, I have a family. I have everything I've ever wanted. I want my career. I want to be on Broadway. Maybe if you're a singer and going in that track, it maybe you just want to have a family, or maybe another career that you want to get into. Whatever that is, think about what that is right now. Yeah, for Shin, it's Broadway. Good. So what will you use then on your fourth wall? So the fourth wall is the imaginary wall between you and the audience. So, sorry, here we go. So here's my list. And so the emotional side, we've got the fourth wall. We're now doing what's called personalization. We are personalizing your Moon River. We are personalizing your dream. Why would I do this before we sing a note? Because in this method, and you know, it's not my method, it's just, I think it's the way that life should be, is that we want to connect our human selves to our voice. And so we want to personalize. That's it. Yeah, we won't give our right arm for sure, but you know what I mean. It's something that the stakes are very high. It's something that you need, that you really, really need. No, I'm not giving the sheets because I have, they're going to be in my book. So once you get my book, I'll have everything there. I'm hopefully going to be getting my book out this year. I'm hoping it's going to happen really soon. So, but take notes because I'm telling you everything that's on the sheet. Okay. Yeah, and you can probably stop the video and go check it out. So, but anyway, it's copied. So I've got the copy right there. Okay. So what we're going to do is find your personal dream. So you want to think about if it's to be on Broadway, do you see your name in lights on the marquee? If it's a particular relationship you want, maybe you want a husband or a wife, or maybe you want a baby, or maybe you want a peace in your family. Maybe there's no peace. Maybe, you know, it could be anything. I'm not saying every possibility. So you've got your dream. Do you have it? Yeah. Okay, good. Thank you, Elena. I know, I'm ready for my book. It's time for it to come out. Okay, so we're going to put your dream on the fourth wall. So just put either the person or the place of your dream. Maybe it's standing on a particular stage in your community. Maybe it's singing, you know, something like that. Okay, so now we're going to do some exercises to our dream. That's all. We're going to do another exercise later that's going to get you more connected. But right now, that's all you need. Just like, what's your dream? So what we do, we have our imaginary fourth wall that's between you and the audience. We're going to now pick a middle point, something right in front of you. Okay, so if you look at my wall behind me, I've got posters, right? So I'm going to pick, it says love right here above. Can you see it? Oh, there it is. It says love. I'm going to make that my point. So you're going to pick a point right in front of you. And on that point, you're going to put your dream. Maybe it's the person who you want to be with. Maybe it's the marquee of where you want to perform. Maybe it's the job you want. Maybe it's peace in your family. Maybe whatever it is. Okay? And we're going to put that right there. And we're going to send these silly exercises right to them. Okay? Good. So, do an S. Now we're going to say mi, me, ma. Say that. Mi, me, ma. Now say moon. Try that. Moon. Good. So that is the first vowel is oo. Moon. Mi, oo. Say that. Mi, oo. Now, we're going to have all the vowels be very vertical. And we're going to let our jaw and our tongue, this is for everybody, no matter what style you're singing in, the jaw and the tongue have to be really free because this is our dominant resonator. This is our home base resonator for every style. Now, for ladies, we have more belting style, which we're going to do in another lesson. But right now, we're just doing kind of easy, where you talk out of. The key for Moon River is a little bit lower, which we'll talk about after we talk about the movie, Breakfast at Tiffany's, and everything about the song. But this is all living in your front passage. Now, the other, oh gosh, why did it go away? Okay. So the other thing about the front passage is we're going to now just we're around middle C right now. We're just going to let that vibrate. Let's look at this first. We're going to do a little staccato. We're going to go mi, me, ma. Do that with me. And mi, me, ma. So that belly button is moving in. And we're saying mi, me, ma right around your mouth. Mi, me, ma. Beautiful. Now we're going to add a pitch to that. Mi, me, ma. Good. Try that together. Mi, me, ma. See your person on the fourth wall? Or see your dream on the fourth wall? Mi, me, ma. Beautiful. Now, as we go up the scale, we're going up what I call the floors of the front passage. Straight up. So now we're going to skip here. Go this with your hands. Watch once. Mi, me, ma. Do that together. Move your hands out. And mi, me, ma. Now, we really want to make sure that this whole, this is all vibrating. For some of you who are maybe open up in the back, like those of you who said you were yawning, you want to kind of bring it forward, really feel your cheeks, feel your lips, feel your nose. Mi, me, ma. Other people, like Megan and I worked on, it's already forward. We need to get even more resonance. And I always talk about James Gandolfini. His voice, when I worked with him, was very pointed. We opened up the cheeks. Mi, me, ma. Notice the belly button's bouncing each time. And mi, me, ma. Beautiful. Now we're going to do legato. We're going to start with the vowel E. So we're going to use the words he sees me. Say that with me. He sees me. Notice I'm being very vertical. I'm not saying he sees me. We're not going to Disney horizontal. We're staying in the vertical way. That way more resonance can come in, more overtones vibrate. And it's just a great way to just have your voice really free. He sees me. Should the resonance be felt in the upper lip nose area? I always say, what are you aware of? Everybody feels it differently. So I wouldn't worry too much about the nose. Maybe you feel it a lot there. I don't want you to be doing that. I don't want it to be nasal. But right now, everything we're doing with the M, you're 99% of the time, you'll be feeling a lot of vibration around your mouth. And that's good. And we want to think cheeks as well. Yes. Okay. She sees me. Now this is low. So it's, whoops. So this is low. So it's right around our mouth. Don't worry about any other floor. She sees me. Throw me the ball. She sees me. Beautiful. So the tongue is living right behind the teeth. She sees me. And you're going to just move your jaw side to side. We're just training these muscles not to hold. She sees me. She sees me. The belly button is leading it. And it keeps moving in. And right now it's pretty low. So the ball, it's not zippy. That happens for higher notes. She sees me. Try that. She sees me. Good. Now we're going to go, she saw me, belly button. She saw me. Now the E is fun because our tongue is up in the back and we can feel more vibration with E. For most of us, probably a good 80% of you feel a lot of vibration when you sing the E vowel. Now we want to put the ah vowel through the E, what I call the E channel, okay? Pardon me. She saw me. Notice I'm doing this like these two, like we're going down a corridor. So catch this ball. She saw me. Through the E channel, send it to me. She saw me. Good. Now we're going to say the words moon river. Now we have E, I. So it's very vertical again. For my Italian students, sometimes I vowel is very difficult because you guys don't have that vowel. You say E or ah or O. So sometimes it would be moon river. We need river. And then we're going to do what's called a schwa. The. Say that for me. The. Yes. Moon river. Try that. Moon river. So Paula, you're saying the E is very hard in Portuguese. It sounds so weird. Okay, yeah, Portuguese is hard because so often you guys, the vowels are very back. So just be aware, we want everything to kind of, as you're singing, you're gonna just let the language live a little more in the front as possible. We're moving it in there. Oh, and in Lithuanian, oh my God, I don't even know your language, honey. So yeah, I think those languages are a little more back. So main thing for everybody, those of us in English, it's hard. Release that jaw. Moon river. Try that. Moon river. Good. Moon river. Try that. Moon river. Now, as we go up the scale, we're going up the floors. So we're going to keep doing moon river, going up, up, up. Now, there's something about the physics of high notes. So I'm just going to show you this. When we sing a higher note, the vocal cords are longer and skinnier. Remember, I was talking about this with the period. When we have more hormones, the vocal cords are thicker, and they're thicker and they vibrate slower. So when we have a low note, that the space is like this. Here's the space. Now, if we're going to go higher note, here's less space. Is it going to be higher or lower than what I just blew into? Da, da. So a higher note has less space, so to vibrate. So we're going to do, for the higher notes, we're going to think smaller. Now, if you want more information on this, go to my quarantine #1 lesson because we really talk about it a lot, okay? But right now, we want to understand for a higher note, it's a smaller space, and we need a little more energy of support. So belly button, actually belly button down is the support. So just doing a knee bend gives that to us. But just try this. Ah, look what happens if I try to open the top. Oh, it doesn't work. And so for the gal who said, oh God, I was singing All I Ask of You and it really squeaked up there, it could have gone too wide. And so you're going to get a crack because if you're not in the physics of the singing, then it's going to crack. Also, it could have been that you're going to a high note and you were trying to do it from your neck rather than letting the support do the work. And that's why it would squeak. So isn't it crazy? I know. It's all so wild. So what we're connecting now, breath, support, front passage going up. Now I'm going to stay on this note. We keep climbing the higher note. Moon River. Try that. Moon River. Beautiful. This is a really weird, what is it called? The A-tone, the tritone. Moon River. Try that. Moon River. Good. Let's see. Okay. Here we go. Belly button. Listen once. Moon River. Try that. Moon River. Good. So here we are on our front passage. Moon River. We're going to let each floor vibrate. Yes. And all we do as the singer is we just know we're just getting as much sensation of vibration as we can muster. Try that again. Moon River. Beautiful. What are you aware of? I got to see what you're aware of. Oh, I'm so glad, Anila, it's making sense. It's a lot of information, I know, and that's why I'm saying go back to quarantine lesson #1 if you have any questions, because we like hang out in it for 2 hours. Oh, God, that guy's back. Okay. Let's see. Where are my gals? Here we go. Sorry guys, it's just somebody adding spam to our thing. Okay. Okay, sorry. Alrighty. So if you have any awareness, let me know. Okay, good. All right, so now we're going to keep going up. In Moon River, there's a lot of vowels. Wider than a mile. Now, what's interesting about the word wider and mile, it's actually what's called a diphthong. So there are 2 vowels, wider and mile. Now, the good news is we don't really want to sing the second vowel. I mean, honestly, you don't even really want to try to do it. It'll come in automatically because you're saying the word, but wider. So the E vowel, the second vowel E comes with the D. Wider. So you're not going to do wider than a mile. River wider than a mile. So what we're going to do is we're going to put everything on a v. Va, va. Try that. Va, va. Now do it on E. V. Lots of vibration. V. Va, and move your jaw. Va. Good. Again. Va. Now the words are going to go right through that beautiful vowel. Wider than a mile. Sing that. Wider than a mile. Beautiful. What are you aware of? That was cool. Wider than a mile. Here's the next line. I'm crossing you in style. Ah vowel all over again. Now, if you're like me and you love the E vowel, you can do the whole line in the E, so you can really feel this vertical vibration of the E. V, 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 V. Try that. V, 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 V. Beautiful. Now we're going to put the ah right through that. And the reason I do that is I don't want you to open the back like, va. Instead, I'm crossing you. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I'm crossing you in style. Sing that. I'm crossing you in style. Beautiful. Again, there are two diphthongs. Crossing is just an ah. Crossing you in style. We're not going to go yo. We're just going to style. Some, yet another ah. Some, and then the word day, which is one of those hard words. Day. So say that with me. Day. I'm crossing you in style someday. Now, the key of the song, I chose a key that would be good for women and for men, but it really is in the lower part of our range, and especially for you men, this may feel very low. And for ladies, it's in our lower range. It's below a middle C. Someday, all the low notes when we're okay. My connection was unstable. Now we're back. Okay. Someday. Good. Now the word day, it can be very day. Again, that's one of those sort of horizontal weird ones. We want to go very vertical. Someday. And put the E on at the very end. In English, you always want to sing the first vowel when we have a diphthong, which means two vowels together, like day, say, wide, wide. We want to stay on the first vowel. In other languages like Italian, it's not the case. In Italian, you want to do both vowels. Here, no, not in English. Okay, so I'm someday, right around your mouth. Sigh that. Someday. Good. Now we're continuing, and we're still in this, in just around the mouth. It's pretty low in all of our ranges. Old dream. So let's do it on an E. V, 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 V. V, 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 V. Sing that for me. V, 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 V. Good. So the E vowel, we can feel a little more. I don't see any guys of your chat now. Huh. Can you say something? Because I don't know, maybe I accidentally stopped it. Darn. Okay. Well, you're still here with me, so I can't see your chat. Darn it. Let's see. Okay. Sorry, guys. I want you to be able to talk. I love hearing your chats. Okay, I don't know what to do. All right, so here we go. Old dream maker. Now, old dream maker. Now we're going to put the words on it. Old dream maker, you heartbreaker. Okay, I really want to talk to you guys, so let's see. Okay. I don't know. Now we're going to go up the scale. V, 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 V. Now, when we go up the scale, it's going to be smaller, right? V, 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 V. Try that. V, 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 V. Now I'm seeing you. Great. So if it's feeling forced when you go low, just keep it around your mouth. You have to have the belly button, but just keep it around the mouth here. V. Try not to, it may feel, if you're pushing anywhere, push from the belly button, okay? Oh, I can see your messages now. Sorry, guys. I was freaking out. I felt so long. That's good. I can use it in the song. Okay. Now we're going to go with the words. Wherever you're going. Try that. Wherever you're going. And then it's, I'm going your way. Try that. I'm going your way. Beautiful. Now, we're going to stay with your dream on the fourth wall. We're going to keep going. Two drifters. There we are with the I vowel again. It's not a problem that your voice is softer than mine. Absolutely not. You're younger. I'm older. You know, when you get older, your voice gets a little more textured and stuff like that. So, and also for you young gals and guys, this area, it might need to be developed. We're developing your lower range. Isn't this cool? You're learning also how to sing low notes. So what's so cool is the only reason the high notes are special and seem high is when you have your low notes too. So this is actually really cool that we're working on this. When you sing, it sounds like you have a cold, like the air doesn't pass in your nose. Just shut your nose off. You don't want to sing through your nose. Va, va, unless you're singing French and you have a French vowel that has the nasal in it. So don't open this up. It's not va, 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 va. The nose is shut off, okay? So if you're sounding airy, Shin, it means that you're opening too wide. So if you feel airy, focus, focus, focus. You can even squish a little bit. Wherever you're going, as an exercise. It's obviously an exercise. Just squish your face in the front and bring it more forward. If it's airy, it means you're opening up too wide. Ever you're going, ever you're going. So it may sound bad in your ear. You can always have a recorder going because it's going to sound really good out here. Remember, if it sounds bad in your ear, it's right. And if it sounds good in your ear, it's wrong. Is humming good for you? Humming is great because you can feel that. Beautiful. Do you think there's an age that you should stop thinking that your dream of singing is gone? Never, ever, ever. Keep dreaming and keep sending it to your dream. Because you don't know, the universe might bring you something even more that you didn't know was available. So don't let anybody tell you to stop dreaming. I can't tell you that that exact dream will happen, but what I can tell you is that keep going for it and something will appear that will be better than you ever even thought. I swear to God. Clearing your throat while singing is not the best. Because that means your vocal cords are rubbing together. Let's all have a little water. Now we're going to finish this, two drifters, as an exercise. Notice I'm using the song for our exercise today. So there's an oo and there's an I. So we're going to do V, instead we're going to do V, V, V. Do that for me. V, V, V. Good. Now we're going to put the words two drifters. Again, it's very vertical. Two drifters. Try that. Two drifters. Here comes the ah. Off to see the world. So off is an ah, and there's E, C. So E is kind of fun because it's the vowel that kind of gets us back to this more vibrant sensation. It's really cool that way. Okay, so we'll go off to see the words. So let's go in the ah vowel. Va, 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 va. Sing that. Va, 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 va. Now the word world, and those of you ladies who sing part of your world, we don't want to go world. We're going to do a little more kind of a open O. World. Say that with me. World. Two drifters off to see the world. I'm sending it to you. Two drifters off to see the world. Sing that to me. Two drifters off to see the world. Now we're going to do everything through the ah vowel. There's such a lot of world to see. Ooh, we get an E at the end. Try that. There's such a lot of world to see. Now we're going to go on ah, va, 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 va. Try that. Va, 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 va. Beautiful. Now we'll put the words right through that ah channel. We're after the same rainbow's end. I'm sorry, I gotta stop because the words same and rainbow. We don't want to go same and rainbow. Same, same, rain. Two vowels, which is called a diphthong. You're going to stay on the first vowel, which is re, after the same rainbow's end. Notice the tongue has to really be free. If it's pulling back, let it release it, let it be more forward. We're after the same rainbow's end. Look at your dream. Now here's the word waiting. Again, it's not waiting, it's waiting round the bend. Where? Bend. Everything is in this vertical way. My huckleberry friend, my fra. It's an e and an ah. My huckleberry friend. Now here we are at the end with all around your mouth. It's really low. Moon River and me. Try that right around your mouth. Moon River and me. Yep, the rain in Spain stays mainly on the plain. I tell you, it's all related. Amazing. Now, we're just going to sing the song, Looking at Our Dream, and then we're going to talk about the acting, okay? Here we go. You're going to see in your fourth wall, you've got a point, and your eyes are going to be straight ahead. Remember, you don't want to put it up high, because then you're running away and I can't see you in the audience. You don't want to look down or else you're hiding. So the eyes are the window to the soul. So you're going to open those beautiful eyes and you're going to see your dream. And right now it's just learning the notes and putting all that technical stuff together, seeing our dream. You ready? So all it is the dream that you want so much, and you're just sending it. The jaws release. Sing through those beautiful vowels. Here we go. And Moon River, brighter than a mile, I'm crossing you in style someday. Around your mouth. Oh, Wherever you're going, I'm going your way. Two drifters off to see the world. There's such a lot of world to see. We're after the same rainbows we know the plan. My huckleberry friend, river and me. Beautiful. How are you doing? So it may be a new song for you. We did the whole warm-up working on the melody. So just jump in when you can. You know, really, and go to your phone and get the lyrics up right now. You guys have Paula, you have a really good ear. So get the lyrics on your phone, and you're going to do all the work with me now too, even if it's a new song for you. Cool? It feels forced when it's low. Okay. Yeah, it's one of those things you want to go only for vibration. Now, do you want to do one that's really high? Should we try that? Do you want to do one in a higher key? What do you think? Pam is like, yes, I do. Figured out how to play it on the ukulele. Good. Ciao, Stefano. Ciao, honey. Okay, what do you think? You want the lower one. Jess wants lower. Who wants high? So what we're going to do is we're going to do it in two different keys. This is the regular one. I'm going to now do it in a really high key for a man. I mean, it's not that high. It goes to, I think, just a D. But this is the key that Elton John sings it in, this key that we'll do next. And we'll try the higher key. So it's my pleasure. I think what we could do is whoever wants the lower key and who wants the higher key. I tell you, I spent a lot of time thinking about this key stuff. So let's see if I can play it. So here's, so now we're higher in the floors. Moon river, wider than a mile. Hear that? Moon river, wider than a mile. For the men, this will be very easy. For the women, for Emily Autumn, this should be really good for you. What do you think? So Felicia votes for high. Anila votes for high. Yep. Anila, cool. Anybody else? How was that key for you guys? You like it? Emily's happy. Was that particular key good? Bring your tablet with you, Shin. That's funny. Not too hard for me at all. Okay, you like both. Good, Emily. I think it's going to be amazing. Low, but I can go high too. Definitely high. Love the new key. Okay, you guys are rocking my world because I thought the high key was going to be too hard. Okay, John, so how do you feel? John, even if you sing bass, this shouldn't be too high for you. A bass singer should be able to sing this D, no problem. Remember, my voice is an octave higher than yours, so do it in your low range. So Barbara, I'm sure you like the low key better. Yeah, all the men, you're going to be fine. Except James, you don't mind that. Good. John, you like that. Okay, let's do the whole song in the higher key. I'm going to do it in more of my poppy sound, not my soprano. You sopranos, I love it. I'm going to do another, a little more like, moon, moon river. I'm going to do it kind of in my Broadway pop place. Okay? Yeah, it does, Cynthia. Changes the style a bit. You can, if you don't know the words, just sing the melody along. That's a good way to do it, to learn the melody. Good. Here we go. You ready? So we have a little introduction. That's going to be important to think about later. And I'm crossing you in style someday. Oh, Ooh, drifters off to see the world. There's such a lot of world to see. Year after the same rainbows waiting round the bend. My huckleberry friend, river and me. Good job! How did that key go for you guys? That feel okay? Awesome. Now, if I'm happy to do both later. We're really going to get into the acting now. Are you ready for this? Oh my gosh, it's been 90 minutes and now we're getting to the core of the lesson of what I really, really wanted to do. How do I avoid pushing my throat for higher notes? I wasn't correct as a young and now I have this. So what's happening if you're not using your support? So go back, honey, Phantom. You're going to go back to quarantine lesson number 1. And what's happening is you're pushing here rather than letting this do the work. Moon river. And we have to practice releasing our head. And I do a lot of those exercises on lesson number 1. Okay? So you're going to go back to that one. So don't worry, just hang in there. But you want to really feel that belly button moving in. Well, I got everybody. Oh, good, Barbara. You're fine with a high note too. Okay. Good, honey. Great. Yeah, do lesson number 1. What's going on, just so you really understand, is you're grabbing around your throat to support your voice. That doesn't work. It's as if we put support up here on the 16th floor in my apartment. We put the foundation up here, the building would topple over. So instead, we have to have the support from under, which I call belly button. Now, notice I'm not saying go way down into your groin. Don't worry about that. We're going to go into the belly button, moving in like you sneeze. It moves in. And then you have to practice. Muscle memory is very strong, you guys. If you're grabbing here to support your voice and not using this, once this comes, you have to practice releasing your neck and your throat. Just practice releasing it. If you're moving it, it can't grab. Now, the other thing to understand, Phantom, if you're practicing this on your own, don't be surprised if you crack, even if you feel like you're doing it right. The muscles are like, well, wait a minute, we used to hold for that. And you're like, no, I'm doing it the new way. I'm letting it go. So the muscles release and then they grab again. So don't worry if you crack. But you've got to keep practicing. That belly button is the support that initiates this right to your voice. Make sense? Yeah, I guess it's bad habits, and muscle memory is very strong. So don't beat yourself up. It just takes time to do it. And I'm happy that we did such a long lesson on All I Ask of You, because it's really got all the information there. Okay, so take a drink. Now let's talk about Moon River, okay? No, thank you, Miguel. Thank you for being here, you guys. It means so much to me. I just love sharing this information with you. Okay, let's think about Moon River. So I don't know if Mercer and Mancini, I think they might have written it for Breakfast at Tiffany's, but we do know that at least it's been made famous for Breakfast at Tiffany's, and Audrey Hepburn sings it with her guitar out on the fire escape in the movie. So let's think about the movie for a moment. Bye, Shin. You go sleep. You can look at the rest of the lesson later. Remember, it's an hour and 30 minutes. So when you come back tomorrow, just go to hour 30 and pick up where you left off. That would be great. Okay. So what do we know about that character? Holly Golightly. Her character is this poor little gal who's come into New York City, and her commitment is to date as many rich men as possible in hopes that one of them will ask her to marry her. So this gets us to, sorry, here we go. This gets us to, we've got personalization, which we're doing right now as well. Fourth wall, sensory condition. This gets us to the need. What is the need? The need is something we have when we're like 5 years old. So the need is all these emotions, and it's the propeller of our human behavior. So it's the emotional unfulfilled need. So what would Holly Golightly's need be? If she is going to New York because she wants to date as many rich men as possible in hopes that one of them will ask her to marry her and that she'll get married. Oh, her need is to be taken care of. Her need is to be taken care of. That somebody will swoop in and save her. So what do we do then? What do we do as the actor then? What our job is to personalize the story of Moon River. And we're getting a little extra information because of the movie, because of Audrey Hepburn's character. So what is the need? So now the need is to be taken care of. So what would be a parallel situation from your life? What we have to find out is a time in your life when you felt completely lost. In order to find the need, we have to go to the worst day when that need was not being fulfilled. Now, a time when you felt completely lost. Now, a lot of us, think, oh God, I don't want to think about that. Or we go to therapy and we work out our emotions, which I did for many, many, many years, partly because I did that, partly because I needed to get in touch with my emotions so I could use them in my work. Little did I realize it's actually good to get in touch with your emotions as human beings and release them so that we get healed. So it's kind of cool. What we're doing right now is, as actors, we're all stepping into being actors. And as actors, it's our responsibility to step in and find this time in our life when we felt completely lost. Isn't that crazy? So what's interesting to me is we can really use this quarantine time. I would imagine that there were times in this last couple months, I think I've been in quarantine for just over 9 weeks, where you felt completely lost and like your dream will never happen. Does that ring a bell right now? It feels like I am lost. I am not in my world. And how can my dream ever happen? For those of you who have a dream to be on Broadway, Broadway is closed. Broadway is closed definitely until September, I think it's 13th. Definitely. And we still hope that it will open. So if you have a dream to be on Broadway, it's like, how is my dream going to happen? I feel lost. So that could be a choice. Sounding right, Emily? Yep. You're writing a Broadway show. How can I have my Broadway show be on Broadway when there's no Broadway or any theater right now? There's no place that we can gather at this time, right? So, yeah, Gretchen, you cried. You truly felt like your dreams were gone forever. I understand, honey. And what I want you to understand now is we get to use those emotions and make art out of them. In fact, it's our responsibility to tell this story of Moon River. We need to be in the bottom of completely lost, and in I want my dream. Now, we already worked a little bit on your dream when we were doing the warm-ups, right? Because we have a lot of layers to put in here to be a three-dimensional person and have a three-dimensional voice that connects and makes your voice the most beautiful voice that you can make. And when you connect your emotions like this, let me tell you, it's a voice that I can't even teach you. It's something that is really yours. You feel lost without other human contact. You know, I have to tell you, I miss hugs so much. I'm going to have a party with my dearest friends, and it's going to be a hug party. Like everybody, we're going to have like a bell that rings every 10 minutes, and every 10 minutes is like hug time. We're all going to get a hug. You know, so that could be it when you felt lost. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to what we're going to do right now is we're going to do a little exercise together. Okay. Sorry, I just have to move forward here. Okay, perfect. So so get in a really comfortable place, and we're going to just do an exercise. And this is what's called a sense memory. As you know, my acting teacher is Susan Batson, and she worked with Lee Strasberg, one of the most famous acting teachers. She also worked with Uta Hagen. So this work comes from their method. Yeah, this is called the sense memory. So what I'm giving you right now is really in acting classes that do this kind of work. And it's something that I feel saved my life. It's something that made my work, my voice, something special, because through this work, I figured out how to connect my truth with it. Now, this may bring up pain and all that stuff, and that's kind of cool. It's kind of fun to be able to use our pain and sing through it. So what I say to you today is don't clean up. Don't try to go, well, I've got to set my emotions aside and then sing. Instead, we're going to use them. How cool is that? Okay. So here we go. So what you can do is you can close your eyes. You can just be listening to me. And you're probably all, you know, we're not surrounded by other people right now. So this is your private work, you know. So we're going to go back to a time when you felt completely lost. That might be during this quarantine time. You can just answer these questions to yourself. You don't even have to put them up in your message. I just want this to just go back to a time. This is your private work, to it when you felt really lost. Now, if you feel like I'm not feeling lost in the quarantine, I'm actually working, I'm a doctor, I do this, I don't have that in quarantine, you can go back to a time in your childhood when you felt lost. You can go back to a time, you know, when nobody was there for you. Maybe they loved you, but it felt like nobody loved you, that nobody was there for you. So how long ago was that? Was that many years ago? Was that during quarantine? Was that when you were a child? What time of year was it when you felt completely lost? Was it winter, spring, summer, fall? Because during the quarantine here in New York, it's been quite chilly. If you're in California, it's been quite warm. Or was it many years ago? What time of year was it when you felt lost? What time of day was it? Was it the noon time? This very specific moment, the worst moment you had when you felt lost. Was it noon time? Was it the morning? Was it the afternoon, evening? Was it the middle of the night? Where were you when you felt lost? Were you inside? Like here in the quarantine, were you outside? Maybe you were outside and there were tons of people around you, but you still felt alone and lost. Is there something about that place that you'll never forget when you felt completely lost? Maybe it was the mirror. Maybe it was the window. Maybe it was the couch. Maybe it was the bed. Maybe it was the ocean. Maybe it was the street corner. Something in that place. What do you remember when you felt lost? Was there somebody there with you? And if there was, did this person say or do something that you'll never forget that made you feel lost? Was there something somebody did or said that made you feel lost? And even if you were alone, was there something you wanted to say, but you didn't? What did you want that person or the situation, what did you want to be understood? Where, like you were gonna, what is that thing you wanted to say, but you didn't say it? Let's say it now, okay? Wherever you are, you're in your privacy. If you can be loud, be loud. It's awesome. Maybe it's something like, where are you? Or I need you. Or come back to me. Or be with me now. Or go away. I don't want to see you anymore. Whatever that is, say it now. Say it out loud. Ready? Go. Excellent. Excellent. Now, you feel that sensation? You feel that sensation? Well, Shin, if you finish this exercise before you sleep, it's good. I want you to get it all the way out. You know, I don't want you to go to bed with a little jammed inside you. So here we go. So lost and desperate. Great, Emily. That's so good. What are you aware of now with this sensation? This is the need. This is the need to be taken care of. This is the need that you have right now, that feeling of feeling lost. Let me read Shin. I have to say that this is making me cry. This is connecting to you spiritually, mentally, emotionally. Oh, I'm so glad these emotions are expressing. So if you can hang in there and sing it once with us, that would be great. Lost and desperate, Emily. I'm going to sell my treasured violin to survive. Wow. And you didn't. Thank God you didn't, honey. Good. Yeah, you know, it's as my teacher says, it's not therapy because we're not trying to fix it. But I say that when you're releasing this and putting it into our work, there's a side effect of healing that's happening. So this is so beautiful to release this and let this go. Now we're going to make art out of it, which is really, really fun. Good. You're so cute, Karamia. I'm so glad you're crying, honey. This is good. Don't clean up. We want to sing Moon River now through this. Good, good, good. And Laura, don't take care of everybody. Everybody needs hugs. I love it. Right now, honey, you're going to stay in your own pain and in your own need to be taken care of. Now, you're already taking care of everybody. Instead, we don't want to go there. We want to, this is why it's not therapy. Do you see what I mean? We're not trying to now take care of it. We're going to use it now. So instead of trying to take care of everybody, we're going to stay in the pain of the need to be taken care of. Do you understand? That's really deep what I just said. Okay. Great, Emma. You can feel your emotions. This is wonderful. Just let them live. We don't want to push them. We don't want to try to make them one way or another. That's just what they are. Okay, so now, that's right. You're just going to stay in the pain. Don't clean up the pain. Laura, stay in this need to be taken care of. Okay, honey? Beautiful. So now we have our fourth wall. There's one point in the middle. It's your dream. Now, this is going to be something new that I've never used before in the quarantine lessons. We're going to put 3 points on our fourth wall. Stay in the emotions, guys. Just stay in the emotion. Don't clean up as I'm talking. You've got the dream in the middle, that middle point. Now, next to that point, not far away, notice that I'm not saying way over here, right next to the point, find another point. That's where you're going to put where the dream doesn't come true. It's going to be the dream that the dream just keeps not coming true. I need it, and that's going to be the part that doesn't come true. Then there's a point on the other side. Again, it's not way over here. It's just right next to it. And you're going to find a point on your wall, and you're going to put right here the dream coming true, the future. It's all going to be the most beautiful dream that's going to come true. Okay? So we're organizing our fourth wall. Beautiful. Good, Laura. Thank you. I'm so thrilled you understand what I mean. I would get the same note, honey. It's like, Mary, stop taking care of everybody. No, this is your work, your time. We want to tell the truth. We don't want to clean it up and be, oh, I'm going to be good and make sure everybody's okay. Good work, sweetie. I'm so proud of you. This is great. Okay. Good, Jess. Don't clean up. Now, we've got our Moon River right in the front. Let's just do the first phrase. Now, what's interesting is that's the introduction. What does that mean? There's a meaning before we sing. Something's already happening. Oh, maybe that's the flowing river. Maybe that's your dream. So you're going to breathe into this need to be taken care of, this need because you feel lost, and you're going to send now to your dream, Moon River. And you're going to say, Moon River, wider than a mile, I'm crossing you in style one day. Oh, that text means you're my dream, and one day, even though I feel lost right now, I am going to cross you in style one day. I am going to reach you. So you just have to feel the sensation of being lost, and now just sing to your dream. You don't have to show me anything. You just have to send your beautiful voice to it. You ready? Good, Jess. I'm glad you figured out your dream. So you're going to see your dream there. I see my dream. Oh, God. I'm crossing you inside someday. Beautiful. First line is right to your dream. Now we're going to go over to the other point on your, I'd say, left. And you're going to now see the dream not working. And the line is, old dream maker, you heart breaker. This dream has done everything but broken your heart so far. Wherever you're going, I'm going your way. So just see, all you have to do is see the time that your dream didn't happen. Maybe during quarantine. Just see that, and you're going to sing that to it. That there is my dream not working. Here it comes, old dream maker. Old dream maker, you heartbreaker. Wherever you're going, I'm going your way. Beautiful. So that we have our dream in the middle. Now we went to the broken dream when it never happened. The merda. I don't want to swear on YouTube, but you know what I mean? The time it did not happen. Now, two drifters off to see the world. Good, Media. You felt very heartbroken. That's amazing. And that sensation is enough. You just sing it right to the dream that's not happening. Now we're going to go over to the dream in its glory. And we're going to sing this line, two drifters. Do you know what a drifter is? That's somebody that doesn't have a home. That's somebody, it's like Holly Golightly. She didn't really have a home. She was just trying to find somebody to marry her, to make her feel safe, to somebody to take care of her who had enough money. So two drifters. So you and your dream, you're going through the world and you're trying to find each other. Two drifters off to see the world. There's such a lot of world to see. We're after the same rainbow's end. You're looking at your dream come true. And you know what a rainbow is, right? The end of the rainbow, there's a pot of gold. We're after the same rainbow's end. My huckleberry friend. What does that mean, huckleberry? Well, Mark Twain wrote a book, right, called Huckleberry Finn, and Huckleberry Finn it was a friendship that he had between him and, is it Jim? And they were friends. So this is about you and my dream. We are like this. We are huckleberry friends. We are friends for life. You are my dream, and we are going to make it happen. So see the future with you and your dream, and sing this song. Sing this lyric. Two drifters, 1, 2. Two drifters off to see the world. There's such a lot of world to see. Keep singing till your dream come true. We're after the same rainbow's head, waiting round the bend, my huckleberry friend. Beautiful. Now you're coming center, and we're finishing center, talking directly to your dream, your person, the marquee, whatever it is, right to them, Moon, River, and me. See your friend, see your lover, see Moon, River. Moon, River, and me. Now, we've just made an arc. We now have a beginning, middle, and end of our song. That is always what we want to do. And we have personalized it. We have personalized it. So how are you doing? Oh my God, great. I see a lot of hearts there. That's amazing. Great, John. You're beginning to feel the words now, because what we're doing is we're personalizing the text. You're making those words yours. That is terrific. If it's just somebody else's word and Moon River, let me just sing a pretty melody, that's lovely, but this is life-changing. This is you connecting. Abigail, wonderful, honey. You got it. Anila, clear, right? Sniper Guard, yay, awesome. Cynthia, beautiful, honey. So glad. I'm so happy, Victoria, this is helping. That's amazing. So let's talk through it again. Have another drink of water. I'm running out of water. This is a lot of layers, right? Now, the only thing we've done on my emotional side, these are acting tools that bring us to the emotions that we can use to sing through them. Julie, you're crying. I love it. Don't clean up. You felt that, Brindell. Good, 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 good. Whew. So we don't clean up. We just let it live. And just, you know, you guys, when I was first learning this, I was sobbing. I didn't know what to do. My voice, I thought, sounded like horrible. Don't even care about that right now. We are learning how to connect the two. It's a process, and you're in it. Okay, so we have, this is the checklist. We want to make sure we have our checklist. I can't wait, Dion, until you sing it with your mom. Oh, that's great. Yes, you're going to have it so personal now. Here's our checklist. We learned the song. You know the text. We've now personalized the text. First things first is the need. You have to go to the time when you felt lost. The way to find that, the trigger to get to that need, is the thing you wanted to say but you didn't. Like if you wanted to say to my person, don't leave me. Don't go away. You're mine. Whatever the thing you wanted to say. Or I need this now. Whatever it is, that trigger, that line that you personally wanted to say, that will help you get to the sensation of the need. And the need is really just a sensation. Oh, good, Migle. Yes, you can watch it tomorrow, honey. This is awesome. Oh, Anila, you're singing with your daughter. Wonderful. Great, Joe Beth. Your heart is pounding. That's right. Don't clean it up. Just keep breathing into it. Don't breathe high. Don't try to avoid it. Just let yourself breathe into it. And I tell you, it's going to go to the next place, you know? Okay. So we've connected to our need. You remember the trigger word, the thing you wanted to say but you didn't say? That is going to help you get right to the sensation. Just now you've got the sensation of being lost. That's it. Now on your fourth wall, if you want, you could put, like, let's say it's the you remember the couch, the day that you felt lost. You can also put that next to your dream in the middle on the fourth wall. Those little symbols help you get to that. Now we have our fourth wall with 3 points. The middle point is your dream. Maybe that's the person you want to be with. Maybe that's the Broadway marquee you want to be on. Maybe it's the job that you want. Whatever it signifies for you, that's the middle. Then we have over another point. See something on your fourth wall that keeps your eyes open and direct. And this is the shit. This is the time it didn't happen. This is when your heart was broken. Sorry for my swearing, but you know what I mean? It's like, this is the time that you are heartbroken and it doesn't happen. That's one point. Now we have another point. Eyes open, the eyes of the window to your soul, put it eye level. This is your dream coming true. This is the dream that is happening. I can see the white picket fence and the beautiful, you know, if it's somebody that you want to be with for the rest of your life, you can see the Broadway stage and you're the lead. You can see the job that you wanted, and you are in heaven having the highest income you could ever think of, whatever it is, whatever your dream is. Okay, so you've got now the fourth wall. You've got your 3 points that we have personalized. We've got, so that's personalization, fourth wall. We've got that need, action. You're singing to each of those in an action. We're sending our voice saying, hello, dream. We're not going to worry about the verbs we're putting on it. I'm just trusting that you see your dream and you're sending your voice through the action. We're also going to use a sensory condition. Since it's Moon River, I want us to be in this beautiful sensation of sunshine. For those of you who feel a lot of tension, and if you're still feeling scared, just feel sunshine here. Let's all sit in sunshine for a moment. Now just say, Moon River. Say that through the sunshine. Moon River. Beautiful. Now let's remember that we've got our technique, meaning our belly button and our breath, do an S. Moon River. Say that with me. You can see my mouth. Moon River. So that's connecting our breath support with our front passage. We've got the floors going up. We're on a higher key now. So Moon River. Is the high note going to be a bigger space or a smaller space? Right, smaller. Moon River, wider than a mile. So we're going up and down the floors, and the highest notes are a little bit smaller. That is my revolutionary send. That's all 10 elements, and you guys are doing it today. Doing it. So, how are you doing? Your heart's pounding. This is very deep. Don't clean up. Let's stay in the loss. I tell you, when I was doing roles like Fanny Bryce, like the beggar woman in Sweeney Todd, you know, you have to go to these needs and you have to take the time, and during the whole show, you are in the need. You are staying in the emotions. And it's an art form. This takes practice, you guys. This is part of your new art form. I'm so thrilled you guys are here still with me. This is, we're going past 2 hours now, and you're still with me. I'm so proud of you. So what I'd love to do now is do the song a couple times. Should we practice? Because every time, this is also our work. We have to set it up and then live it. And it might feel different each time. If you're feeling a lot of emotion, I think that's amazing. I mean, and if you're like Mary, I know when I felt lost, I'm not feeling much. Don't push it, pull it, just surrender. Wherever you are right now is right. Okay. You feel like a whole new world has been opened up for you. Oh, Abigail, I'm so happy to share this with you because my world opened up when I learned this. It really did. It opened up a whole new way to look at the work. And way back when Sierra studied with me when she was 17, that's one thing that she said publicly was that she suddenly understood that you have to connect before you sing a note. And that's something that when you watch her work through the decades of what she's done, she's been working, wow, gosh, I think like 3 decades now. And you can see that connection for those of you who are Sierra fans. I know a lot of you found me through Sierra, which I'm so grateful for. Okay. Not cleaning up, Julia. Brava. I am so happy. Yeah, and the therapeutic part of it, again, we're not trying to make everybody feel good after you get the emotions. We're going to use them. So stay open and let's use them. So we're setting up our 3 points. You have them. You've got the dream. We've got the dream when you were heartbroken and the dream wasn't working. Do you remember that time? Oh my God, I do. Then we've got the wish, the future, the dream of like what it's going to be. It's going to be mine. And I am going to put that there and I'm going to sing to that. And if you just see the dream happening and you sending it through, that's enough. And we're going to stay in the sunshine. Stay in the sunshine. Now, you're just mentioning Sierra. Yeah, Sierra and Phantom is amazing. And Sierra and Ramin had this great relationship. Right now, we are alone on stage. When Audrey Hepburn sings this, you go check the movie. It's kind of cool because she's not worried about the sound of her voice. She's just connecting her raw emotions through the character of Holly Golightly. She's lost and wishing to have this dream of being taken care of. Okay, here we go. You ready? Get a little drink of water. Well, I can mention Sierra today too because it's her birthday. We're celebrating her work, and now you guys, we can use that as inspiration. But now you guys get to have your work. This is your personal method. You're developing your own method of connecting you to your storytelling, to your voice, and that is special. Okay, here we go. So again, I'm not a great pianist, but I can play this little introduction. So before that even starts, we want to be in the story. Now, this is a great tip for those of you guys who are auditioning. And even if you're not auditioning, do this when you're singing. Like you're singing a song for your family. Go in. Take your moment. Release your mouth a little bit open because that is a little more vulnerable. And you're going to see your dream in the center point. Remember, we have 3 points before you sing. And you're going to stay in the sensation of the need, that time you felt completely lost, the unfulfilled need of needing somebody to save you, needing somebody to take care of you, the time you felt lost. And you're just going to breathe and see that. And then when the piano starts, what is that? That is like the dream, Moon River. I feel like it's the river ripples moving. And you can can take a breath at the bottom of your lungs. That's going to connect you to your emotions as well. And see your dream, and then you start. So you see the dream with the ripples, and you're calling out to Moon River saying, I am going to be with you. We are going to do this. Here it comes. I'm crossing through its time someday. New point. Dream maker. You're heartbroken. Heartbreaker. Wherever you're going, I'm going away. Next point over here. Two drifters off to see the world. There's such a lot of world to see. We're after the same rainbows end, waiting round the bend. My huckleberry friend, center point. River and me. Stay there. Your mouth is a little open. Keep breathing. Stay there. Good. How are you doing? Oh, Monica, you're feeling very raw. Perfect. Very good. Emma, oh, I've got lots of hearts for you, honey. Yeah, you're feeling your heart. You're feeling your emotions. Felicia, is it going to take an instant for you to find the need and the action to connect? It seems to me it take a very, very long time to connect to everything. Is it normal? Yes, Felicia. In fact, in acting, we do what's called a preparation. So before you'd sing the song, you would go, remember the emotional memory we did together? You could go back and do that exercise and remember, really go back to your sense memory and go back to that time when you felt lost. You want to find the worst one. Isn't that crazy? We're looking for the strongest one, the one that you felt desperate. That's the one we want. How cool is that? And the fact is that when you use it like this, you're also, I think, a side effect that's healing it, really. But it can take time. Now, I've been doing this for several decades. So the fact for me, it's, I can sometimes jump in because I have what's called a card catalog. You know, in the old days when we didn't have all those phones and stuff, we had what were called a card catalog, which meant on every card we had everybody's phone number because we had to remember their phone number because you had to actually dial it. Nowadays, you don't do that. But this is like a card catalog of what can I use in my life. So yes, it takes practice. So it's a great question, and I think you're really doing it right. So give yourself the time to do that. That's why it's great to go to do acting class. Now, let me tell you a secret. It's not a secret. The Susan Batson Studio, you know, my mentor of over 30 years, Susan Batson, they are doing Zoom classes right now for $20. It's really inexpensive. And Susan is there. She's there with her son, Carl, who's amazing. And I already sent a few of you guys over to it, and they're having a ball. Joanna went and did a class, and Susan, I talked to Susan later and said, oh my God, Joanna's so talented. So if this is resonating with you, great. If it's resonating with you and you want to practice some more, Felicia, it's a great class to take. And you don't have to prepare anything. Just say, Mary sent me. Mary Setrakian sent me. It's my first acting class, And you'll do these kinds of exercises that we did today, because it is an art form. It takes practice. You know, people in the world say, oh, those performers, they get up on stage, they're so talented, they just get up and do that. Well, talent is part of it, but I got to tell you, it's a process and it's an art form. And just as a ballerina has to go to the bar and do exercises, so do we. We exercise our emotions and we use them. And what's so cool is when you use them, it's also a great way to use the pain in your life and use it and take care of it and heal it, I think. You're feeling the connection now, Emma. Wonderful. So Dion, you said you're changed. What do you mean, honey? You've never connected to that song before, and now it's starting to happen. Great, Laura. I know, right? This is our job now. With every single song, we want to find a way that we connect to that. Or if you're doing a role, you'll hear actors talk about this all the time, that they find what connects to me in my world. And sometimes they'll say, you know, I'm nothing like that. But as the great actor Michael Caine, and if you don't know who he is, check him out. He did so many amazing movies. But Michael Caine was also, he had some videos out on acting. And he would say, you know, maybe you as a person wouldn't go that far. Maybe you wouldn't be as lost as Holly Golightly. But have fun and go further. Go as far as you possibly could go. Try that out. Be curious. Go further and see how it feels and use it in your work. And I say sing through it. And I tell you, in these days in the quarantine, when you're feeling sad, it's really fun to like sing a song. Go sing a song and say, I feel sad. I'm going to sing Moon River. I need my dream. Go use it. Go make art out of it. Some of you like to paint. Go paint. Go do. So it's so cool to make art out of these emotions. Because I feel that when we're, you know, expressing emotions and using them, if we lock them up and say, I don't want to ever see that emotion again, what happens is it festers there, and someday it'll come out and you have to look at it. That's why often, maybe not every time, but some people have panic attacks because there's been this emotion that's been locked up. And now the body is saying, we got to deal with it. So the body gives you a panic attack because it's trying to tell you, please go back and look at this. So what's so cool is we're using all of that and making art out of it. And what I've discovered is my students who have had panic attacks say, I don't have panic attacks anymore. I feel great. My personal experience, I had trouble with overeating. I used food to cover. Fortunately, I wasn't anorexic and didn't have a big problem, but I did have this issue of like covering my emotions, you know, like with ice cream or things like that. And when I started acting, it's like I don't get those cravings anymore. Instead I go sing a song. I still love ice cream, don't get me wrong. It's not like don't ever eat what you love to eat again. But it's so cool that took away my problem of wanting to cover my emotion and not feel it. I got to use my work. It's so cool. Okay, let me read your comments. So you can find Susan on Zoom. Here's the I'll type it in. Here's her website. It's Susan Batson Studio, NYC.com. Susan Batson Studio, NYC.com. I just put it in the written comments. So just go there, and I think they'll have all the information there of how to sign up on Zoom, and I think they probably do payments through Venmo or something like that. Can I hold up the paper to write down 4 of the 5 of the revolutionary sin? Okay. So we've got, on the voice technique side, we did breath, support, resonance. We did floors, which is the going up the floors, and we did pyramid, which is the smaller it goes up, smaller, smaller, smaller for the higher notes. Here's our emotional life that we really focused on today. Personalization, fourth wall. We had 3 points on the fourth wall, didn't we? We had sensory condition, which was sunshine. We had the need, which was the need to be taken care of. And we went to a time where we felt completely lost. And then we had action. So the action is basically sending your voice to your personalization. Oh, Marga, thank you, honey. I'm so glad it's helping. This is great. Her Instagram has the classes as well. Great. Thanks for sharing that, Laura. Susan Batson Studio. Yeah, check out Instagram. And I tell you, it's really awesome to have her there, because when they have the studio open and everything, she doesn't teach every class. And right now she's there, and she's one of those people that can help you immediately. She's just so special. You're so welcome. I'm so happy. Michael Caine is one of the greatest actors, right, Barbara? Yeah, he's really amazing. Okay, shall we do the song again? We're doing really good. 2 hours and 15 minutes, not too shabby. Great, Cynthia. So tell me, what would you like to do? I would think we should do it once without me talking. So let's remind us before we begin. 3 points. We're getting, okay, let's get back into the need. Don't clean up. Remember the person, remember your dream, the time you felt lost. And if you feel like, I don't remember the time I felt lost, where were you? That will help. The place is really a helpful thing. Okay, perfect. Yes, Jess, we can also do the lower one. So what we're going to do, I'm going to do a super low one. It's going to be even a tiny bit lower than the one we did before. And then we'll do the high one. Okay. Now, for everybody who doesn't prefer the low one, what I would suggest is do it like a spoken monologue. Kind of like Audrey Hepburn. When you go on Audrey Hepburn, she's doing a lower key than I'm even doing right now. She does the key of F. I did the key of A flat. I was thinking of doing G right now, which is just a step above her. I'll probably do the E flat key instead. But anyway, so make it a monologue. You kind of like, Moon River, wider than a mile. You can just put pitch on talking and say it to your dream through the pain of the need. Okay? You're right, Barbara. I think music heals in every sense as well. I really do. I really do. Okay. Here's the low key. We're going to practice really connecting to the need. You still have your 3 points. Do an S. Connect to your mouth. Say Moon River, wider than a mile. Say that. Beautiful. So Jess, you have low key. Okay, I don't have hers in front of me. It's really too low right now. But we'll do the low one. I'll do the key of G. Okay. You have your 3 points, and now we're just going to make it like a talking monologue with pitch. See your dream. We're in the pain of feeling lost. Someday, round your mouth, old dream maker, you heartbreaker, wherever you're going, I'm going your way. Two drifters out to see the world. There's such a lot of world to see. See your dream. They're after the same rainbow's end, waiting round the bend. My huckleberry friend, river and How is that? You're just singing out of speaking your truth. I think you just have a mezzo voice, Jess. I think it's a good question to ask for the lower one. Yeah, the lower key. If you have a mezzo voice, you would want the lower key. Now we'll do the higher key, which is better for the men. And a lot of the ladies like the higher key as well. So let's do the higher key now. Oh, I'm glad it felt good. Good job, Emily. Autumn, I know you're a soprano first, but you're now also got these low notes. Guys, we have to have the low notes too. Just remember, keep them around your mouth. Don't push it. Just let it vibrate there. And, you know, you'd probably, for a song like that, have a microphone right here. So you could even whisper it into the microphone. And as long as you're connected to this loss, connected to the need to be taken care of, and you see your dream, you can't lose. You can't lose. Beautiful work. Gorgeous. Now we're going to do the higher key. And Jess, just go for it, honey, right? I think if you did it an octave lower, Jess, you could try that. I don't know if your voice is that low. Mine isn't, but you can always try that too. Okay, so here we go again. We got to set it up and live it again. Notice I'm not saying sing it like you just did before. I'm not saying that. What we say instead is set it up. I've got to go to my need. I've got to go to my pain. I've got to go to the time I felt completely lost. How do I get there? I remember the thing I wanted to say, but I didn't say it. Oh, got it. That's enough. I feel something. It's there. It's kind of weird. You got to just trust it. Middle point. There's the dream I want. Hi, dream. I need your dream. There's when the dream, I was heartbroken. Hi, heartbroken dream. Oh my gosh. I've never had you. In fact, I tried getting you so many times and you keep going away. Then we have the dream of, I'm going to get you one day. I can see it. I can feel it. I can taste it. I can taste my dream. And then we'll come back to the center. Moon, river, and me. We'll end in the center and you stay there. Even when the song is over, stay there with your mouth a little bit released. Here we go. Now you're going to see your dream, mouth a little released, and you're going to feel with the waves of the introduction is your moon river, your dream. Moon river, wider than a line. I'm crossing you in style someday. Oh, dream maker, you heartbreaker, wherever you're going, I'm going your way. To drift us off to see the world. There's such a lot of world to see. We're after the same rainbows there, waiting round the bend. My huckleberry friend, moon, river, and me. Great job. Beautiful. We'll do one more, and that'll make our class officially 2.5 hours. Thank you, Emily. I feel all emotion. Yeah, this is good. I'm not going to clean up. I'm going to use it now for the next take. You ready? You're not taking as many breaths as I do. Do I need to do more to support? you can do the breaths wherever you want them. Just remember the belly button initiates moving in. If that's happening, that means you're supporting. Great. I'm so glad you love that. Wonderful. Oh, wonderful, Felicia. You're working. You felt it, Margot. Beautiful. Sniper Guard, you're in it. Pam Rice. Hi, honey. I bet you are there, sweetie. What a beauty. I haven't seen you in so long, and I'm just so happy you're singing here. Oh, you're ready, Bernadette. Let's do it. Last time through, okay? Now, Felicia, once again, we have to do the work. We have to set it up. Later down the line, you know, it took me a lot of years, but later it's like, okay, ready, go. And I just go. But right now, especially, and even nowadays, I do some extra work. We have to go there and get in. It takes practice. So Susan Bassett Studio will help you practice that. And I'm just so thrilled they're doing these $20 classes because it's so affordable and it's fun to dive into that work and see. And you'll also find your tribe of actors who, if this work resonates with you, then we want to find those who do this work and support each other and go off on your own and do it too. You know, you're free. It's never too late, Pam Rice. I'm not even going to say your age. We're not going to put age on anything. No age on anything. This is your instrument. It's yours to do till you're 103. You know, it's yours to do. This is yours. And if we have the support, the right support, right connection, you're going to have a really healed, beautiful voice. Okay. Drink of water. My last sip. We're going to find the time we felt really lost. Does that bring up emotion? That time when you didn't have your dream, the dream didn't feel possible. We'll put the person or the place or the thing that you want. Maybe the people that, if you have a job you want, maybe those people there that you want to, you know, have as colleagues and have camaraderie with them. That could be as well. Then you have where the heartbreaking, where the dream just won't happen. It just won't happen. The person doesn't follow through, or the Broadway show, it's closed on Broadway. How am I going to get there? And then the other point is it's happening. It's glorious. The quarantine's over. You're on Broadway. The person has come around, or somebody better, you know, whatever your dream is. Here we go. Last time, mouth released. And, you know, I'm going to try to really show you the different points, right? We know where they are in the song. And of course, I'm struggling as a not very good pianist, but that's okay. Last time, high key. Here we go. You're there before the piano begins, mouth a little open. You're already with your dream. You're feeling the sensation of the need to be taken care of. You're feeling the sensation of completely lost. But there's the dream that you want. I'm crossing you in style someday. Oh, dream maker, you heartbreaker, wherever you're going, I'm going your way. Two drifters off to see the world. There's such a lot of world to see. We're after the same rainbows, waiting on the bed. My huckleberry friend, moon, river, And when you're silent at the end, you're exposing the need. You're exposing the pain. Great job, you guys. I'm so freaking proud of you. Oh my gosh, you are all in the process, no matter where you are on the ladder. If you first time doing it, you're revisiting it. Like Pam, you're revisiting this. Emily, you've been in the mix before. Maybe Emma, it's new for you. Some of you said, oh my God, you know, Barbara, you studied with me in Italy how many years ago? So you're revisiting this, and we always find new places, and so do I. Adeline, oh, I'm so glad you're feeling it. Anila, wonderful. Emily, the silence is such a good lesson. Yeah. Just know in those moments where you're not singing, mostly Moon River you're singing, but there are other songs that have silence. You want to release the mouth and just stay in the need. You're just exposing the need in those silent moments. So you don't leave the song. You stay right there. Beautiful. Ah, you're in the zone, Sniper Guard. Good, Marga. I hope I'm pronouncing your names right. Anila, great, sweetie. Great, great, great. I feel like I'm holding a lot in my head as I sing, like I'm still looking after how I sound. Is that something I should let go? Yes. You know, you've been working hard on making your voice sound good, and I appreciate that. But in order to sound good, what I would suggest is to get a recorder and practice and listen to it later. And you want to go into this intimacy and just stay in that. And you can listen to it later. Into this intimacy is into me see. So if you're checking, it's not going to happen. It's kind of like if you're doing a monologue and thinking about the words that you're saying, it's not going to happen. So yeah, you really want to let that go, honey. Really want to let that go. Good. Oh, you lost it all. Oh, Paula. Oh, well, don't worry. It'll all be there. Great, Emma. It is something new. Good, honey. Viviana, wonderful. Thank you, darling. I'm so glad this is resonating with you. I never expected to sing this song so well. I mean, I made mistakes, but made it. It's just the song. Oh, I'm so glad, Victoria, that this is a help. I'm just thrilled. Let one of the best. Last one was one of the best ones. Good, Cynthia. Your tears, you didn't clean up. This is amazing. You tried 3 different moments. Good. Yes, it's kind of discovering what works, you know? So it's a process. You're finding that out. Doris, your voice feels healthier. Oh, God, is that music to my ears? We want to have a healthy voice. So speak through here too. Don't speak into that beautiful throat. Let the throat do its own thing. Speak into your resonators, which is around your mouth and your cheeks. Great, Laura. I can't wait to see this video. Yeah, you got to stay in the vulnerability. That's right. So it takes practice. What can we say? Jess, I understand it's not silly that you struggle with hearing yourself. You know, actually, a lot of the stars I worked with, including Nicole Kidman, she didn't like hearing herself. She really didn't. And, you know, what you do then is you do the work. Boy, she dedicated to the work, right? She just does the work. That's when Sierra talks about doing the work. That's what we did today. We were doing the work. And then it's going to be your glorious tone. You got to let the judgment go. Let the judgment go, and instead, we'll be curious. We're not going to judge. Oh, thank you, Marga. I'm so happy you're here too, honey. I'm so glad you guys came. And it does give you more confidence. It's funny, people say, oh, I did a lesson with Mary. I just feel confident now, which is a great compliment. But the reason you're feeling confident is you're using the tools. So keep up with these gorgeous tools. Oh, my God, it's 2:30 in the morning where you are. Thank you for staying with me. Oh, Cynthia, your voice is healthier too. Great. Yep, Jess, throw away the perfectionist. As Sierra says in one of her cards, perfectly imperfect. So there we are. Pam, yeah, Pam is sharing that it took her decades to let go. So it's a process, you guys. Stay in the process. Okay, one more. You help me feel like you're a great singer. Well, you are a great singer. You are. You each, because what I'm sure of, even though I can't hear each and every one of you, is that every one of you has your own talent. You have your own cheekbones, your own facial structure, your own vocal cords, your own past. You have your own difficulties that we're using. We're using the whole rainbow of colors. We're using the whole rainbow of emotions. Yes, we use loss. We also use the dream coming true and bliss. We use all of it. That's what's so fun about singing and about acting and about putting the two together. Even if you're somebody who just loves to sing in the shower, it's so fun. It's so fun. It's a fun way to use your pain. When I'm feeling pain, I come to the piano and I sing a song. Okay, just a couple more questions. Or what are you aware of? I'm so glad, Sniper Guard, you're singing in the, quote, right way. Yeah, well, you know, we get a lot of different commands from different people, and it's like, which one do I pick? You know, because so I'm trying to, I had to do that too. I had to figure out what feels right. And what I decided is what feels right is how the body actually works. So if it's how the body works, then it's healing my body. It's also making my body and my voice more lined up. And I become the vessel. I become the vessel, not the idea of my voice. I am my voice. Yeah, it's not quick and easy necessarily, Nunya. Thank you. Yeah, I'm tired of hearing, just put that aside, do this and you're done. And it's like, you know, this is a life process. When I teach you guys, I'm getting the lesson myself. And I think that's what makes a star. The stars that I've worked with, they love the process. They love the process. They love trying new things. And they jump in, even though it's hard, even though it's difficult, even though it feels painful. They jump in and they go and they do it because they want to be in the process. Our culture right now is very, you know, go on The Voice or go on America's Got Talent, and you will be discovered and then your life changes. So it's like, do that and then it's done. But this is actually a process, and you could do that and it would be great. I'm not saying don't do that. I'm really not. But what I'm saying is it's actually, it doesn't matter if you're a star or not. This is you singing. And if you go sing for your community church, if you go sing for your parents, if you go sing to your family or friends, if you go sing on a stage anywhere, if you go to Broadway, if you go to La Scala, if you go to just the street and play your guitar and do some busting, that is as important, I think, as singing on a Broadway stage. And I've been on a Broadway stage, so I really mean that. So you guys, each and every one of you, have something special to share. Thank you guys for your beautiful comments. It's so sweet. Yes, it's about enjoying the journey, Cynthia. I wish somebody told that to me really early on. Like, it's not about getting the goal. It's about the journey. And I think back on my days of really being in Susan Batson's class myself. I mean, I still work with her, but going through those days of not being able, you know, really struggling. And I look back and go, wow, I took the journey, and I remember, and I'm so proud of myself for doing that. So I say that to you guys, that I'm with you. You're not alone, you know, and find your tribes of people that support you. And if somebody just gets jealous and doesn't want you to do that, you know, you just bless them with love and move on to somebody that supports you and who you are. That's what we want to surround ourselves with. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Emily. Oh my gosh, this was a deep dive today. This is my plan today, to really go deep, and you guys all went with me. Of course, we started with voice technique at the beginning. I hope it's a little hard to do that without you in the room with me, so I hope it was making sense. But congratulations, we really did my whole revolutionary send, which I've trademarked, my revolutionary send with all those 10 points. And I'm so happy to share that with you. And hopefully it'll all be in book form someday soon too, so you guys have it in your back pocket and you can read and keep in the process for always, you know. That's what I'm going to do next. Okay. I'm really just sending you guys all my love and so many blessings to you on this beautiful May 20th, 2020. And let's all meet again here every Wednesday while I'm here in New York in quarantine, which is definitely through June 13th, Wednesday at noontime, my time. And you know your time zones, noon in New York City. Just check your time zone. Be with me every Wednesday, 12 noon. Tell your friends. I'd love to have even more come join the live chat. I'm really happy that people can see it later. It'll stay up on my page forever. And there we are. Okay. Yes, when you see me, you'll give me a big hug. Thank you. We'll all have hugs in the future. Thank you, Marga. That's so sweet. Oh my goodness. Nunya, you saw me in a video at 17. Oh my gosh, thank you. All right, sending everybody virtually hugs and tons of love. Mwah. We did it. 2 hours and 41 minutes. Okay, almost 3 hours like last time, but congratulations on your great work, and feel free to keep coming back to it. Send me a video if you want, do an unlisted link on YouTube, and send it to me to my Instagram private messages, and I'll get it, and I'll respond and give you feedback. Okay? Yes, we'll do it. All right. Okay, you guys, I'm going to head out now. Big virtual hugs to everybody. Bye for now. Lots of hugs and kisses. Ciao for now. Bye-bye.